Here we are, nice suburbia in London. Nice pretty front garden. Customer wants a Palisade fence put up. This is Gareth. He's got all the materials ready. That's ballast, cement, Palisade, post and rails. Here he's mixing the cement on an 8-to-1 mix. He's mixing it in the wheelbarrow, it's much easier. And that's his first hole going in. 50% of fencing is digging holes. That's hard graft, digging 2-foot small holes in the ground. The narrower the hole, the less cement you have to mix. That's adzing. It's a bit of a skill that. You can do it with a small axe. Now he's adding the 3x1 tenon into the 3x1 mortise. He's putting the framework up first, so it's very important to do the framework first before you put the cladding on. Here it is, he's mixed a wet mix, so that's an 8-to-1 mix, and then once the post on the ground, he's ramming the cement in on the side. He's using double shovel hole, that's easier, otherwise you get on your knees and take the waste soil out of the ground. He's putting the waste out of the hole in a plastic bag so he can take it away in the van, put it in the skip. That's the second post going in. Now notice he's put the corner post in so he can keep the line because he's turning the corner there. Now he's cutting the arras rail to fit, and he's going to adze it. He's doing post, 2 rails, adzing it, mortise and tenon it. Every time he's using its spirit level, always putting the fence to the plumb line. There we are, that's the 8-to-1 mix. If you want a leaner mix, you can do 12-to-1. If you want a nice hard mix, go for 5-to-1. And you see he's mixed it in the wheelbarrow. The framework of the fence must look good, so it's pleasing to the eye. Everyone looks at the top of the fence. Now what Gareth is doing here is putting a wall plate in, and he's drilling it so that it can go to the brick wall. It's always a good idea to attach fences to brick walls. Fence posts tend to move, brick walls don't. So he's anchor fixed that into the brick wall. Always dig into ground that is solid, that is unmoved, so it's compacted down, because that is going to be the anchor of your fence. Now Gareth has put his plumb line on the bottom rail. He is using his level to make sure it's plumb and true. Now gate posts are very important. When you're putting a gate in, always hang off the gate post which is most secure. Every post has got to be dead level and dead true. That's the corner post where he's turned the corner. He's used a Palisade infill there. Now that is a dry mix because the gate posts have got to go off today. So that's completely different to the wet mix which he was hanging the intermediate posts off. So it's just putting it in the hole and then putting water, putting dry mix in, putting the water. Now that gate post will go solid within 1 hour, which means he can hang his gate. There you go, that's a double shovel, make it so easy to take your soil out of the ground. Now here Gareth is putting the gate and the fence post all up in one day. You can do that if you use fast setting cement. So he's just going to cut that to suit now. Once it's nice and tight in and all the rails are fitting nice and snug, then you start nailing your arras rails in. You can dowel it, but nailing is easier and quicker. So that is the framework of your fence. Now that's the most important thing, is the framework and look of the fence. It's the infill afterwards which is the easy thing to do. Notice he's got a 3-inch Palisade, not a 3-inch gap but a 2-inch gap, because it looks much better. Here you are, the gate's in, so he's gone for fast setting cement for the gate post. It's looking quite pretty there. Fantastic looking fence, and it's one happy customer for that district. Another fence from Challenge Fencing.